right, so we are going to finish book 5, and we are going to then look at some art inspired by book 5. All right, so Odysseus has let Calypso down gently, saying that it's not that his wife Penelope is more beautiful than she is. This is like a pattern. The goddesses are all very concerned with being the most beautiful. It's not that, but it's that, he feels his life slipping away from him and he wants to go home and see Penelope because she can't live forever, even though Calypso can. Calypso wants him to stay with her and be immortal, but the problem is she's just forcing him there against his will. She's not allowing him to choose. And his choice is to go home. So she lets him go. She helps him build a raft for 4 days, and on the 5th day they feast together, and then he leaves. Now, the textbook version skips over like his whole journey on this raft, so I'll come back to that, but let's finish the book real fast. All right. So with Calypso's help, Odysseus builds a raft and sets out to sea. For 17 days, he sails until he is in sight of Scheria. This is the island where he will eventually land. For 3 more days, he is pummeled by storms and finally swims for island. He makes it safely ashore and crawls to rest under some bushes. So like I said, if we see these 3 dots, a lot is cut out. And this is the textbook's little summary, but I want to share with you some of what is actually happening during these 17 days at sea. So what happened was, while Athena and Hermes and Zeus were all talking about letting Odysseus go, Poseidon was gone. He was in Asia, apparently. So it says, but now the god of earthquake. So Poseidon's the god of the sea, but also earthquake, and he has the nickname Earthshaker. But now the god of earthquake, storming home over the mountains of Asia from the sunburned land, sighted him far away. The god grew sullen and tossed his great head, muttering to himself. So Poseidon, who was gone over in Asia, and Odysseus is off to the west, sort of off the coast of Italy, that area, that's where this island would be. Poseidon sees him and says, here's a pretty cruise. So like Odysseus is having a nice time in his raft. While I was gone, the gods have changed their minds about Odysseus. Look at him now, just offshore of that island that frees him from the bondage of his exile. Still, I can give him a rough ride in, and I will. So Poseidon is like, okay, well, I guess the gods have changed their mind, and I can't like kill him or keep him captured anymore, but I'm going to make this rough. So that's when the storms come in. So this is why it's bad to have Poseidon as your enemy. So now he's on this raft, and it's, barely holding together, and a sea nymph sees him and goes out to rescue him and says, oh, forlorn man, I wonder why the Earthshaker, Lord Poseidon, holds this fearful grudge, father of all your woes. He will not drown you, though, despite his rage. You seem clear-headed still. Do what I tell you. Shed that cloak. Let the gale take your craft and swim for it. Swim hard to get ashore upon Scheria, yonder, where it is fated that you must find a shelter. Here, make my veil your sash. It is not mortal. You cannot now be drowned or suffer harm. Only the instant you lay hold of earth, discard it, cast it far, far out from shore in the wine-dark sea, and turn away. So Odysseus is suffering in his raft until another sea nymph comes to his rescue, says, here, take my magic scarf, wrap yourself in it, swim for land, and there you will be able to find shelter. So Odysseus makes it to land to this island of Scheria, and the text says, a man in a distant field, no hearth fires near. So hearth is another word for like a fireplace. No hearth fires near will find a fresh brand in his bed of embers to keep a spark alive for the next day. So this is imagery of a man who is out in the wilderness, and he's trying to get one ember, one live coal to save to keep a fire going. So in the leaves Odysseus hid himself, while over him Athena showered sleep, that his distress should end, and soon, soon, in quiet sleep, she sealed his cherished eyes. So Odysseus is being compared to a man who's digging through a dying fire, just trying to find like one burning coal to kind of keep hope alive. So even though he's left Calypso, he was lost at sea. He's trying to keep his hope alive. And Athena then puts him to sleep to let him rest and recover so he can continue his journey home. But he is now on land. So, paraphrase what just happened. Odysseus sails for 20 days until his raft is destroyed. He swims to the island of Scheria, and now he is basically just trying to cling to hope while trying to make his way home, and Athena lets him sleep, lets him get some rest. All right, so looking at this map real quickly, we will see Odysseus's path where he has gone. So this was the home he was. This is where he was with Calypso. And we follow the arrows showing us how he left. All right, so this is where he is now with the Phaeacians. So this is where he is. He has landed on this island, and this is his home. So 20 days at sea in this tumultuous weather, I mean, at least he's almost there. He's not home yet, but he is close. All right, so Odysseus is almost safe. And now I want us to look at this. The video is going to stop, and we're going to look at this image. We're going to look at this collage and talk about this art and what it's telling us about the story. Yep, we are done with book 5 with reading the text.